Good morning, Manna fam. Here we are in day 5. Don't you just love how patient God is with us? We get to see the character of God in 1 Corinthians 13, where he tells us that love is patient and love is kind, really revealing the nature of who God is because he's love. We know that love is one of the fruits of the Spirit, and that as we love, we get to emulate Christ. As we're patient, we get to emulate Christ and share who he is to the world around us. And what I've found is that sometimes we put patience into boxes, like we're patient whenever we're doing this task or with these people, but over here we find we don't have as much patience. But really, I want us to develop patience in all areas of our life. But I'm going to talk about some ways and some places where we can find patience being developed in our life. So one of those is patience in the process. See, he's at work in the life of every believer. And we get to trust God with the timeline and how he works it out, that sanctification process. I think one of the ways we often go wrong in this culture is we have self-help books that tell us that if we just apply these principles on the other side, we're going to be better. And while we do have human effort and things that we need to apply, it's just a bit different. See, there is human effort, but it's in the context of a life submitted to God, being led by his Spirit. This causes us to be in step with him, to be under his grace, in his will, steady in peace. We're constant in love and ultimately confident in our standing before him. And this results in a life that is changed and shaped by him, the one who knows us best and knows how we actually need to be shaped. So we need to be patient in the process that he takes us through as we're growing into him. Scripture tells us that he who started a good work in us will bring it to completion. And then we need to be patient with his promises. See, this is on his timeline and not yours. There may be some things that God has promised you. Don't let go of those, but let them be on his timeline. A day is as 1,000 years to God, and 1,000 years as a day. Just as Abraham trusted God and it was counted to him as righteousness, it was by faith that he was able to persevere and hold fast to God's promises in his life. And it was years in the future where those promises came to be. So be patient with his promises. Be patient in the trials. We're going to go through trials, y'all, and some of them can be more challenging than others, but I believe the answer is the same. Persevere in them and behold the author and perfecter of our faith, knowing that God is at work in our lives. And he uses the time of the trial to shape us and form us to allow us to live with more faith, freedom, and peace, and in doing so, bring more glory to him. And then lastly, show patience to others. God is love, and one of the ways we show love is through patience. See, love is patient and kind, and I think it's strange how we can be more patient with some people than we can with others. So I want to encourage you, if you find yourself not being patient in an area, let's slow down, go back to that, and say, God, will you show me how you see them? And will you forgive me for any way I've looked at them wrongly? Invite God into that situation and allow the fruit that he wants to produce to be there. See, everything that we've spoken of this week is all formative. That helps us encounter the living God. Now, tomorrow is our final day together, and we will bring together everything that we've spoken of this week. Can't wait to see you there.